Hi, welcome to the Holly T and Jeremy Carr Show.
We are so excited today because we have a fantastic guest with us, Anthony Ligotti. I'm so glad to have you on. Listen, you know everything about electronic dance music. You're the man.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me. I know some of electronic dance music. And,
No, you're going to tell us the secrets, right?
I'll tell you whatever you ask, and if I can divulge on what I know, I will happily tell you.
Okay, because we have a lot of questions, and some of them are maybe a little bit inappropriate.
A little risky? Okay.
Which is expected. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your company, Digital Music Pool, and I'm interested to know, how did you promote it and build it up?
So Digital Music Pool is a record pool. Record pools for DJs are a source where they get their music. A record pool to a record label is a music promotion platform. So the record label supplies us with the music that they want to get to the DJs. We host the music on our service, and then the DJ subscribes and then has access to the entire catalog of music. Mm-hmm. The service has things that you won't find on iTunes or other music websites. We have extended intros and acapellas and things that a DJ needs that the average person wouldn't know exist or knows that it is needed to mix music.
But how did you promote to the DJs?
So when we initially started the company back in 2013, it was actually a blog. It started as a website called remixchart.com. And remixchart.com would promote the top 25 remixes. Mm-hmm. From there, record labels would start sending us music to push, as what it's called, is to promote a song, is push a record. And we began to host content that they want us to push. From there, we needed a way to monetize it, so we made it a subscription platform. We started to charge the DJ to access the music. The record label still was sending us the music because they wanted us to promote the music, so it then became a subscription-based platform, and we kind of just elaborated it on throughout the years.
So from the time you made it a subscription-based platform to now, which is really, a leader in the industry, mm-hmm. How long did that take?
So, there's been ups and downs. So obviously when we had the pandemic, we were at a peak, I think, where I think we were one of the largest record pools. I think there's maybe 15 to 20 within the industry, and I think we were ranked, when websites rank us, somewhere in the top 5. Okay. So once the pandemic hit, obviously DJs weren't DJing. We were at a peak at that point. Things kind of subsided at that point, and then we ramped back up in 2022. And
this guy's got a lot of power.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of power.
Well, that actually leads me to my next question. So you have a lot of influence, and you've really built up your company over time. And I know that you're hugely respected amongst the DJs that I know. Mm-hmm. Your record pool is actually one of my favorite to use. Have you ever used your power and influence to get laid?
To get laid?
To get
I had to ask.
Okay.
I had to.
Okay.
I've never used it to get laid per se, but I would definitely say...
Feels like he did.
It did. It feels like he did.
I would definitely say people look at you differently when you have certain access to certain things, as in anything in the world. Okay. But to utilize it, no. But maybe it's influenced somebody in a certain way to where they've had a different view of me, and maybe they've wanted to date me or something like that.
So how many times per month do you get laid?
I don't know. I usually lose count after the first week. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't believe it.
No.
I don't believe it.
That's spec. I don't know.
Wait, so
you don't have to answer any questions you don't want to.
You literally can say
Please
pause.
do not feel obligated. We're just going to ask the dumbest questions that we can think of and see what you
say. I'm a sarcastic answer in response. Okay.
Well, I am interested. How do you stay on top of the other record pools out there? Because I've jumped around a lot, and I will say that yours is my favorite for the type of jobs that I do. Because you're not really the underground scene. You're more like the commercial pop
I go
stuff.
based off of what I see on rankings. Like, there are websites that rank what we do.
Right.
And typically we're in top 5 or so. There's ones that are ahead, but there's also websites that are corrupt that, pay money to be featured as number 1, number 2.
I wanted to ask you about that in terms of, on radio it was called payola.
Payola.
Yeah, where people would pay to play. Basically, they would pay people with power in the industry to promote their music. That is illegal.
Yes.
I would
Is it?
imagine, yeah, I think.
That's how I built my whole career.
I knew it. How do you think I had deep at night? Okay, so my question though is, do people try to pay you or give you things or influence you to promote themselves?
So we offer paid packages to promote a record.
Okay.
But it's not, whereas I'm not going to promote a record that I can't endorse.
Right.
Because it harms my reputation. I have users that are paying to subscribe to have good content. If I'm putting up, a record that is subpar, who wants to be a part of a pool that they're going through music and, this song is terrible, why is this up here, why is this
Have
up
you
here?
ever had to deny people
Well,
and
yeah.
say, we can't promote this?
So there's people that send in music all the time. There's just not there's not a response system where it's like, hey, we don't love your record. There's no answer.
How do you keep up though with all the records coming in? Because that's a lot of work. There's
it
a lot of
is.
genres, a lot of remixes.
So it depends. There's different people that I know that are sending in music that I'm not even
I agree.
auditing in a sense. It's just, I know this person, I know they're sending quality in, they're approved.
As a DJ, when I'm downloading a whole bunch of stuff for a gig, I'm like, yeah, I know they're going to be good. You just know the quality's going to be good, and really, you should take a listen first. But
Exactly.
time is money.
How could you possibly listen to everything? I'm not trying to be...
if you listen to as a DJ, I don't even think a DJ listens to the full song when they're previewing. You listen to 15, 20 seconds. Like, I can tell right away if the song is made well, if the song's on beat, if it's in key, and then you're going to approve it and you're going to go on to the next record.
So tell us about the EDMAs. I know you're in Miami next week, right?
Yes. So the EDMAs are March 22nd, 2024. Of this year. This is the third year we're doing it.
So this is your awards?
Yes. So this is an award show that we have multiple partners on. It's not a solely digital music pool entity.
Okay.
So we initially started this in 2016 as the Remix Awards. It went on for 4 years in Miami, first at the W Hotel, moved to the Fountain Blue. And in 2018, when we moved to the Fountain Blue, it became a full-blown pool party / award show honoring the trending tracks of the prior year. From once the pandemic hit in 2020, we had to stop the show, and it kind of just went on hiatus for 3 years. Hollywood Hamilton, who's the executive producer, had the idea to expand the show into the Electronic Dance Music Awards, which was beyond, obviously it was just remixes. Now there's 50 categories, highlighting every type of genre, DJ, remixes, originals, new artists, mashups.
So that leads me to my next question. How do you decide who wins?
Yeah.
So it's fan voted.
It's
Fan voted, don't look at me.
And who
do you ever
picks
bump up
the
a couple of
fans?
your favorites? You're like, I like that guy.
Yeah.
No,
well, that's my cousin right there. Let's bump up a little bit.
What can we do to get Jeremy Carr nominated? By the way, that's me.
Yeah, I've heard all about you.
I'm
just making sure.
He had a song called Deep at Night.
Yes.
At night.
He's a legend in the music industry, from what I hear.
People say I'm a legend.
I mean,
I don't want to,
I think anything less is you're not holding yourself in the highest regard.
I feel like
you
we
are.
connect.
Yes, I feel it.
The
vibes are right.
I really feel like it.
It's all about the vibes. For real, it's all about the vibes.
It is.
Okay.
It is all about a vibe, right?
Yeah.
And I
Vibes
guess
and
that's what EDM is all about,
Yeah.
right? So how do you decide? The fans, you say decide. I trust you. But how about getting nominated?
So getting nominated is based off of data. A lot of it comes from Digital Music Pool, where obviously I have the data to every track that's on the charts and who has done well over the past year. A lot comes from 1001 track list, Beatport data, anything where we can track the charts.
Isn't a lot of that pay for play though?
What is it?
Like the Beatport stuff?
So, anything could be corrupt in a sense if you want to try hard enough. But, we're going by that it's genuine data, and we're creating nominations for the 50 categories off of various sources.
I have an awkward question for you. So
I love how you just jump in.
I have to with Chatty Cathy over here.
I know,
okay,
but he's a nice guy.
Yeah, we're vibing.
So, can you name any fakes in the industry?
Can I name any fakes? I can't name a fake because I think there are people that it's well known on certain songs like Fisher's hit "Losing It" that wasn't created by Fisher.
Right.
It's a pretty commonly known thing within the music industry that Chris Lake was the original producer on it.
I actually didn't know that.
Well.
Yeah. Well.
Well, Now we know.
But Fisher was famous though before music, right? He was like a presenter on an Australian TV show or
That I don't
something.
know.
Like, yeah, something with
I don't know that.
surfing.
I
Like
don't know that far
he
into
was
it.
like a personality already.
Okay.
And I feel like with Fisher though, I get it. I'm like, okay, it all connects. You've got the personality, you're loud. I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
he's wild.
He's wild. There are some people that I don't get so much.
Give a name.
Yeah. Let's hear your.
Come on.
Let's hear your secrets.
We're putting him on the spot. Let's go.
I will get sued.
DJ's
I
tell
will
all.
get sued. But his name begins with G and ends in O.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. So what you're saying
complete fake.
So what you're saying is there's a ghost producer or something?
But it's all phony.
Because I'm just a singer here. And I'm not even joking. I'm talking to the audience here. I'm just a singer. I don't know.
Who's insanely talented.
I mean, maybe. Okay, but so what you're saying though is that some producers might hire other producers to do their actual
But it's not
production.
even just that. It's everything. So what is coming from you? There just seems to be there's you're not writing the songs, you're not singing the songs, you're not producing the records. You're going out there jumping up and down like you're doing an aerobics
But that's
class.
not your concern, right? Your
That's-
concern
No,
is
but
the song
he's
good?
someone.
Is it selling? Do people like
100%.
it?
But I'm just interested in what your opinion is.
everyone
Like,
get-
does that frustrate you when you see people like that come up?
I think it's very common that it happens. I mean, like he says, though, it's really not my concern. But yeah, we hear the chirping. Everyone talks on who's made that record. But even the biggest of the biggest industry DJs or celebrity DJs have people helping them. So,
But there's a difference. I tell you what. Let's just say David Guetta, right?
Yeah.
He's touring the world. He has no time to produce his records. But he's David Guetta was producing for years. I feel like now it's turned into just people like paying. Where does the artistry come in? There is no artistry. It's a rich kid coming along and saying, well, I'm going to pay
Maybe the
X, Y,
artistry
and
is in
Z.
the actual song,
yeah,
and who cares where that came from?
you don't know what's going on behind closed doors at the end of the day. I mean, you're just hearing what went on and who did what, and
So I do have a really important question for you.
No. Brace yourself, because
Why did Jeremy lose his award when he was
okay.
nominated
So I was nominated for I don't know what now I don't know what award it was
for
right?
Deep at Night?
Well, no, of course it was for Deep at Night. Deep at Night. We all know Deep at Night, but this was like what were the awards in 2008 or 9?
Oh, that might have been before you.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
before my
That's before
time.
him.
I don't know who nominated you.
I don't know.
But he lost.
But I lost.
And he's
How
pissed.
could you have lost?
That's what
Jeremy
I
Carr.
wanted. That's what I wanted to confront you about. But now I know you're not the one.
I mean,
Yeah, like we were ready to like come at you,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
we
I've
were
never
like,
been in a fight, and I probably wouldn't be good in a fight. But I would scratch your eyes out.
so you really wanted to win this.
I'll bet you that Lady Gaga won that year. She probably beat me.
you didn't take a photo with her.
I didn't take a photo with her.
How come?
So-
You're not a fan
I
of Lady
swear
Gaga?
this is true.
This is a true story.
We did a show, and she went on right before me. She did Let's Dance, and she was great. Then I did.
Impeccable.
She really was. Then I did my silly song, and my manager said, "You should go take a picture with her. There's something about that girl." And I was like, "Oh, she'll never be a star."
This is prior to her being like a superstar.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until
Yeah.
she won an Oscar.
And then I was
right?
like, Just Dance. All right, that's good. And sure, it went to #1, but that's a fluke. And then I was like, Poker Face. Okay. And then, right about the time she won her Oscar, I was
Or
like,
when she came down in the Super Bowl from the ceiling.
Yeah.
That might have been the moment where it's like,
Yeah.
eh,
I was like,
she's a
okay,
somebody, I
she's
guess.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
not a great judge of character and a great judge of talent. That's just not me. It's just not me.
Okay.
I have to say that I misjudged that one.
You should have taken a photo.
You dropped the ball on
literally
it.
could have sold
Yeah.
it to TMZ.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It could have made you $200.
Okay,
So who is your favorite?
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Who's your favorite?
Who's your favorite artist?
Favorite artist as far as, I guess DJing, I'd probably jump on the John Summit bandwagon right now. He seems to be like at the top of the
You know
EDM
what?
mountain
There's
right now.
so much, there's so many great acts out there though. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many, like Peggy Goo, Mal P,
Yeah.
there's so much.
They're all similar. I mean, Mal P and John Summit create, I think, similar music. And then there's like Dom Dalla, who's revered right now.
Yeah. James Hype.
James Hype is one of the most talented, I think.
That's who I wanna see live,
Yeah, when
yeah.
he DJs, like, he's creative. He's not mixing record to record. He is like playing with the pitch and changing changing the vocals.
But he really puts on a show, and I appreciate that. There's that
Exactly.
real show aspect, artistry to it, and that's what I'm talking about. What I have a hard time with is like, okay, so you have someone make the songs, the tracks, and then you have a pre-made set. So what are you bringing? What's?
I think energy, though. I think people are attracted to sort of magnetism, and so if you're bringing that in the live show, whether you've created the music or not, people are associating that with your character, your energy.
Yeah, I think that is a part of it, but then I think that's like just basically being a reality star then.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Me too.
Who's your least favorite?
My
Come on.
least favorite?
Yeah.
No, do I have a least favorite?
Definitely you.
I mean, if I had to go musically, I mean, not based off the character of the person, I would probably go with somebody like, what's his name, like Nightmare, those type of, I don't really like dubstep, so it's my least favorite in that, and creative aspect.
But that's creative.
Not like personally, I don't really know anybody
But who won
that's like a
the top
bad guy.
100 DJ? Who won it? The last top 100 DJ?
Oh, I don't know.
It was someone really weird that won it, and I was like, okay, they paid for that.
Yeah.
I text Austin, and I was like, this is wrong. He's like, I have nothing to do with this. I was like, I went on a
We have
rant.
to
I
change
was
it.
like, what's going on?
Well, I think the top
really-
100.
That's definitely like a
You feel that that's corrupt.
I
don't know
think
if
it
it's
was Martin
music,
Garrix that won it, and I
No,
wouldn't.
it wasn't Martin Garrix.
I wouldn't dismiss him.
It was
for-
someone. I've got to look it up. It wasn't someone big like that. It was someone like weird. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it was just
definitely
weird.
monetarily influenced on some aspect, but I don't think it's.
Okay, all right. So this is a really important question, and
we go.
no pressure. Who is your
Okay.
favorite female DJ?
Female DJ, probably excluding people sitting at this table.
He said, excluding people sitting at this table. I'm male.
Yes, I know. So, but
Yeah.
there is a female DJ at this table.
Oh gosh, you're a woman.
Just because I wear size 11s, okay?
Yeah, I didn't know. Okay.
Excluding DJ Holly, probably Peggy U.
Peggy
Okay.
Goo.
Why though? But like, what about?
The style, the music she's creating mostly because then she's playing it. So it's.
Yeah.
You know,
But I think she's one of those acts that just everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I appreciate when you look at someone and it's like, oh yeah, like the image, like just everything just comes together and it's awesome.
Look at you cursing on TV.
I know. Well, it's Peggy Goo. You know, how
So-
can you not curse?
Oh, I've been okay.
Okay, so all right.
What
Has there ever been a song that you've disagreed with its success, like how the F and why? I have a few. But I want to hear
I
from
wanna
you.
hear yours too.
Yeah.
disagreed
few.
with its success. Probably a Calvin Harris song. I want to say it's the artist Aliza. What is her name? It's a recent song that was out.
Okay.
I think it's her name Aliza.
What
Aliza.
about it?
It's just the
Didn't work
vibe and the vibe of it. I just thought it was bland, but yet it continues to rise up the
You know what I
charts.
don't understand? The Craze record.
The A Craze record
Yeah. I can't think of the title now. It was a remake, the Tech House remake.
was it the one he sampled
The one
Natasha
that made him
Bedingfield?
famous. The one that made him famous.
You're asking the wrong dude. I don't know.
Okay, I can't think of it now. But that record.
But why didn't you like it?
Tech House, like he started a craze, literally a craze, but it just didn't make sense to me. It was like a remake of something over a Tech House beat.
He creates music that's like hard enough where it's like it doesn't even have to be good, as it's gonna do well in a club. So a lot of DJs are gonna play it.
Okay.
At least that's how I feel. Though it's Calvin Harris song I'm referencing was just kind of bland, where it's like it was in between. And I guess you have the crowd that like just listens to music, where I guess it succeeded.
Is there a paint by numbers aspect to this, where if you have certain elements to a song, it will get some level of attention?
Yeah, I think definitely. Like, take Kygo, for example. He has such unique sounds that he uses that are just fresh to the ear that, you know, he could, I think, put anything together and the elements are going to be there because of what he typically uses, and it's going to be successful.
Okay.
That's my opinion, at least, on it.
Okay, I want to talk
Yeah.
about the industry. Do you think the industry is clicky?
Clicking, can you define?
Clicky.
Clicky.
Oh, clicky?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You have great teeth, by the way.
you.
Great teeth.
Let me see. Oh, they are good. Braces?
Thank you. Invisalign.
I did Invisalign.
I had braces for 4 years.
Really?
I did Invisalign my whole adulthood.
Really?
Yeah, my teeth.
I did braces
my
and
teeth just really
Invisalign.
like effed up.
Yeah, mine were too. But isn't it
clicky.
great having nice teeth?
Yeah.
Clicky.
Because then you smile
It's
and
like,
people
I
are
think
like,
that's the most attractive thing
nice.
about a person. If you have nice teeth. Like,
Absolutely, I agree.
You're
Take
in good-
notes. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. So yeah, do you think it's clicky?
It depends what like clicky as far as like DJs that make similar music together, hanging out together. Yeah, and that, since that's
Okay.
clicky, I guess.
We have
I'll
so
leave
many
them.
like fun questions and time's running out. So okay,
Well-
okay. Look, 2 questions. One question is important to me. What do you think about the open format DJ scene right now, with clubs kind of being ruled by these hospitality companies, or like the town group? I don't want to say it too loud. The town group, and paying their DJs really shite money. You can beep that out.
See, so you're excluding like the major clubs. You're talking about like more of like
The New York clubs like Marquee and that I'm not sure if you're even aware then. So like these hospitality groups are kind of like owning these clubs and booking their DJs. And if you're not this huge act, it's like $50,000. You're getting paid. They're offering you like $250.
So is that, you know, because again, I'm not really part of the...
Which is why I'm like, I'm not doing the club scene.
So
not in Manhattan.
I'm not
Brooklyn,
part
yeah.
of the DJ scene. I'm just a singer, but I'm curious to know, are you saying that the larger acts get a lot of money?
Tons of money.
And the not as large acts get nothing, and there's nothing in between?
There's nothing in between, no. And I feel like it's almost borderline abusive because, listen, you're going to play Marquee, right? Like, who's going to say no to Marquee?
So on the strength of
But
what
like,
they're
you're not
offering,
playing it for money. You're playing it for clout.
I don't think that's new though. I think that always went on.
Yeah.
I mean, when I DJ'd, that was
I've
kind
had-
of,
well,
because the thing is, like, you're always gonna have younger DJs that are gonna be good enough to play, that are gonna try to play and bring a crowd, and they're not really caring about the money at the time. And then you have the in-between DJs that have been successful, that they're not here, but they're not here.
But I
so
think
you're
that middle
floating around in the
class
middle
group-
class of DJs in a sense.
I think that middle class group has been taken out. I think now it's rather like this or this.
Well, I think you have to. I think everyone here in the middle
Yeah.
is trying to find a way to level
get to
up.
that level.
And if you're not being innovative and leveling up, like you're gonna just always be in that in between area.
100%.
And make what?
song do you-
$600.
But that's on the high end.
Really?
So what song has been remixed way too much, in your opinion? I have a few.
Houdini.
Oh, no. Okay. But more than that, like Love Tonight?
Love Tonight, maybe the one that I keep getting people sending me is the Beyonce song.
Which one? Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
This ain't
I get
Texas.
like maybe 7 or 8 a day.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's a lot. So we have some questions
All right,
from
so
our
we
viewers.
asked our viewers to
I'll let you
give
take,
us some questions.
I'll let you take the first one.
Of course.
From Shaniqua.
So Shaniqua from Illinois asks, "Are you gay?"
No, I'm not.
He's not gay.
He's not gay. He's not gay.
Shaniqua, no.
No.
Where's my camera? No.
No.
That's a misconception.
But why would? Okay. Darnell from Vegas.
Yeah. He asks,
This is
how, okay, when you think about your ding dong, what size would you think of? No,
not our question.
this is not our question.
Thank you,
This-
I got you guys
Darnell.
this was
This
a
is
PG-13.
Darnell. This is Darnell from Vegas.
Sin City.
This is not
Darnell
me.
has a potty mouth.
I know.
That is. Get your head out of the gutter, Darnell.
Yeah, really,
Damn,
Darnell, enough.
It's like, what are you
Sheesh.
thinking?
Enough.
It's a family
Did you
show.
answer that?
Darnell, you don't have to leave it up to your imagination, Darnell.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
Okay.
Okay, why
to
are
Darnell.
most DJs douchebags?
What's that?
Why are most DJs douchebags?
That's a really
That's
good
an
question.
opinionated
oh,
question.
you answer things really well. He's good. He's good.
Are you going to be a politician?
Never, I would never go down that road.
Are you a Democrat or a Republican if you were going to be a politician?
I never answer politic questions.
Democrat or Republican?
I am an independently neither.
That means Republican.
Nope.
Because everyone's fine saying Democrat now.
Nope. You alienate one side.
Who
if
did you vote for?
I did not vote.
Oh, it's your civic duty.
Okay, so do you think the industry is still dominated by men, and how do we change that? if it is?
It is, but I mean, it depends what aspect you're talking about. Are you talking about the business side of the industry, the DJ side of the industry? You're talking about DJs?
Every part.
I think both, right? Like,
yeah.
Every part.
Every part.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily know the business side. I mean, when I deal with a label or something, like I don't really think there's a dominant part that I'm dealing with. I mean,
Okay.
on the DJ side, though, I think it's heavily dominated by men, but there is such room for potential for a woman because a woman can become a DJ and have way more immediate success than a man can. Because I think there is more.
Why hasn't it happened for me then?
I think there's
There are
more
reasons for that, sweetheart.
there's way more of a scarcity in women DJing. I think there's something interesting that
Is it still interesting?
yeah,
though?
I think there's so few. Like if I see a DJ headlining a woman DJ headlining, it's like okay, like that's different. Like I don't want to.
But does she have to be sexy? And there's nothing wrong with being sexy at all. But it makes me wonder if there's room for, and I'm not trying to be funny here, and I'm not looking at you when I say this, but there are a lot of ugly guys DJing.
You know
Is there
what?
room for an ugly woman to be a DJ?
And that's a great question. And an old female DJ.
Yeah.
I think if she's a good DJ, yeah, if there's room for it. Why not?
Because I wonder if there's a different standard.
There's a double
Because
standard,
I
yeah.
see a lot of fat, sweaty, ugly guys in this industry, and I don't see a lot of fat, ugly, sweaty women.
I know one, like, you know, did you hear what I said?
No, I
I didn't.
But she's not overly, there are a couple females that
Say
are a
it
bit-
again.
I'm not gonna, no, that's
Say it to
mean,
camera.
but like,
Tell the people.
Tell the people.
but there's like one or two, but they're
Okay.
great though. I mean, they're like absolutely amazing.
Okay.
So like, you have to be like really, really good, you know?
So why aren't there more women in this industry?
I don't know. I think there's such an opening for it that
Do you get a lot of female remixes?
no, there's not really. I think there's very few that like I think what's her
Yeah.
name Lee Giobbe. I think that was the one that did
Oh,
the Taylor
yeah.
Swift remix.
Yeah, I know
yes,
who you're
you know
talking
who I'm
about.
talking
Yeah,
about. And like
she came up through Sophie Tucker. That's how she kind of came up.
well, she's kind of skyrocketed, and I think there's.
But she's insanely talented. Like she's special.
But I am curious, are black women being held down in this industry, yes or no?
I mean, if they're being held down, I think it's because I think they choose not to DJ.
I have
I don't
really
really know.
one-
Wow, it's because they choose not to
Yeah.
DJ.
I have one last really important question.
Let's hear it.
So I heard, it's not my question, the biggest remix was Flowers by the Sin Kings last year. Why were they not nominated?
The biggest remix was Flowers by the Scene Kings. I mean,
We have a short time for you to answer.
yeah, I didn't have that one on in the record pool, so there's no data to it.
I just want to thank you so much for being with
Yeah.
us today. You've been really nice and answering all of our silly questions.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Anthony Ligotti from,
Digital Music Paul.
we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yay! Thank you.
We will be back. There we go. We
Yeah.
will be back. Our next show is going to be really fun, I think.
Yes, we are
another amazing
interviewing
interview.
DJ Booth.
DJ
So-
Booth from the Wendy Williams Show. Come on, that's amazing. Look out for our next show. Thank you so much. We love you.
Stop it.